Hey, what's up, guys? Story time, which I don't often do, but I'm going to do right now because you won't believe what just happened to me like less than 10 minutes ago. Took me about 5 minutes to drive back home. And, well, first of all, you're going to have to forgive me because my hair is a mess, and I promise I'll do it before the end of the week. I'm trying to get to everything. Got a lot of different things going on right now, so I'm getting there. But anyway, I had to return a package. Something from Amazon came. It wasn't quite right. The box was torn. It was really messy. So I was like, no, I'm going to send this back. Right? So I stepped out for a minute. And then, as usual, the UPS guy shows up right when I'm about to leave. So I was like, I'm not waiting on him again. I'm leaving, and I'll get the box when I come back. So I came back, got the box, opened it. It was my Amazon package. Great. Looked inside even better, but I was still in a good mood. But looked at it and said, "Oh, this is, this not, I'm not going for this." So two of the items I said, "Okay, I'm going to deal with." One I couldn't return. One seemed like it was okay. So I said, "Okay, you know." And a lot of this depends on what Amazon distribution center that you use. So I think they have one here. I don't know where it's at, but like 30 minutes away. But they're iffy. So whatever. So I have a UPS store right up the street. So I said, I'm just going to go return it, do an RMA. So I went up there just like I always have done, I don't know, hundreds of times. It's definitely not the first time I've been up there. They know my face. And this clerk was taking forever. She was helping someone with this long, extended, whatever she was doing, helping her write something out. And the other guy was on the computer helping some other customer. And I'm like, this takes like literally 1 minute. And, so I'm standing here like, getting impatient. I'm standing here for like darn near 10 minutes. And then this other guy, a black guy, okay, a tall, dark-skinned black guy, walks through the door with a vacuum cleaner box that's open. And apparently the lines, they've changed because in the past on the floor, they had the lines going straight to the register. Now they have the lines wrapping around with little arrows with footsteps. And I really was the only person standing in line at the time, and I had been for 10 minutes, so I didn't notice, hey, I need to walk around the desk, right? Instead of just standing there right there where the lady could see me. So anyway, this dude, this jackass, walks around, and then I, realized when he stood over there, oh, okay, yeah, they want us to go around that way. And he had just walked in the door, and not less than 30 seconds after he walked in the door, the black clerk, the female at the counter said, hey, the guy on the computer, can you come help? So he's like, okay, yeah, like, duh, you've been over there for, 10, 15 minutes, at least since I've been standing there. So then he comes to the second register, and I'm like, hey, I've been here. I'm still standing here. You didn't see me. And she was like, well, I didn't see you. Bull, number one. And then number two, he saw me, the guy who walked through the door, standing there. He walked right past me with my package in my hand. And he saw me standing there when I was like standing in line. I'm in front of him, or I should say right across from him. He looked right at me. So this jackass, when I said, hey, because RMAs take like a minute, irregardless, didn't matter. I said, I've been standing here for 10 minutes. The guy was like, oh, yeah, I'll take you, And he went F the fuck off. Do you hear me? He cursed at me. He cursed at my son. Mm-hmm. He called me a B, called me out somebody else's name, because that's definitely not my name. Threatened to hurt my son in front of a room of people, because it was people on computers. It was a lady standing over to the side. It was a white guy in there standing in line behind him. There were two people behind the counter. Do you hear me? There were 6, 7 people in that room. This man threatened a child in front of a woman and then threatened me and said, I'll beat your son's ass. That's what he said. I will come over there and beat your son. What kind of man? No, hold on, baby. Hold on. He wants to say something. What?
He was trying to come close to me. So I was like back up. I was back up. So I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Because like I was minding my business, playing my phone, and then he started He says like, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat your son. I was like, what?
Yeah. See, and he was confused, right? And so, what kind of man says he's going to beat a child in front of a woman? What kind of man threatens to put his hands on a woman or a child in public, no doubt? I mean, what kind of drugs are you on? I mean, this dude went straight the freak off. So anyway, I stopped in front of him and we were arguing because I was like, I know you just didn't say that. But then the man on the computer says, well, I'm not going to have you in the store arguing. I'm like, I don't, and he's like we're children. I don't care who started the fight. I'm like, what? This man is ignorant. And they have to, again, realize we're in North Carolina, right? This would be absolutely shocking anywhere else. And, maybe New York, maybe somewhere that was, used to crazy. But I'm telling you, I swear, I was just like, let me get out of here because I don't want to fight this man in front of my child. Fight a dude. You heard me. A dude who threatened a female in front of a child. And not only that, because of something stupid. And so, I'm leaving and I'm like, okay, I'm gone. I'm out. Took 30 seconds for that man to make that label and send that thing back. And this dude was bitching, like, I don't even want to say, all the way out the door when I was leaving. So I left and I'm going to the car. This jerk follows me and said, what you say? What did you say? What did you say? I swear, I don't make things up. I have many things to do. I have more things to do in my life than to make up things. A grown-ass man. Grown-ass man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what pisses me off. Supposedly a grown-ass man followed a woman and a child outside of a UPS store in broad daylight. And there was another woman outside in the parking lot who saw the whole thing too. When he approached me, what did you say? I know you can say nothing right now. You won't say it to my face. The fuck? I was like, get the fuck out of here. Same thing. So, man, you ain't gonna do nothing. You gonna threaten a child? You gonna threaten a woman and a child? Oh, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. So they talking that shit. You still talking? You still talking? All this kind of stuff. I'm like, bitch, you the one that's talking. So he gets mad and goes to his car. Like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm grown. I don't need anybody to sit up here and question me or talk to me in any type of way. I mean, pure insanity. You hear me? It was Looney Tune. It was, even though I'm a mental health professional, I could not understand what type of personality would have that type of mental disorder that you're going to become a psychopath in public and just assault someone you don't even know for no reason. I don't, unless this man planned this, unless this man, severely had a rough day, and that gas shortages, gas shortages I was talking about last night and everything, I understand that. But when you threaten someone else, anybody else in public, especially a woman and a child, something's wrong with you. Now, for those of you talking about the Karens and talking about, and I'm one for it, I will tell you, I cannot stand white supremacy. I cannot stand terrorizing black people. But that was a dark-skinned black man. Grown, well past grown. He had to be at least 3 or 4 years younger than me, maybe. And he's up here threatening a woman and a child. This is what type of men that we have in our society. And don't let me hear, because I talked about this on Twitter yesterday, that they are products of single parents, because that's bull. Because I guarantee you, the one who taught him to act that way, that he could get away with that, was another male. I guarantee you that. Because if some woman taught him he could put his hands on a woman and a child, or even attempt to, in public, no doubt, that woman had to be out of her damn mind. But I'm going to tell you, I've lived here for 3 or 4 years. Sit down, sweet pea, or go finish your homework. Come on, I'm not finished talking. Go ahead.
All right.
So, if, I've lived here and there's been some craziness going on, and everybody knows North Carolina is crazy anyway. People are crazy everywhere. I've lived in Cali. I've lived in Florida. I've lived in Maryland when I was going to Howard University. Of course, people know I'm from Virginia. They're crazy everywhere. I told you in Maryland when that guy, I was walking home from the store and it was getting dark. That guy, when I crossed the street, he crossed the street. That was following me. Because I turned around, there was a guy in a hoodie. I swear, I crossed the street. He crossed behind me. I'm like, what? So I finally decided to turn around on his ass. Because I was like, what you going to do now? Now, theoretically, in that area, it was supposed to be a good area. But you don't know. PG County is supposed to be good. That's why I moved there. You don't know. Then there was a sexual harassment from a neighbor parking in front of my home when he had a home across the street, which didn't make any sense. He had plenty of space there. His space was empty. He'd park right in front of mine. And he wanted to start a conflict. These are the men that we're talking about. And these are the men raised by men. This is the problem. And this is what I keep saying. I was so shocked by what just happened. It was a security guard, thank goodness, that was in the parking lot. I guess he was at Subway or walking the beat or whatever. I didn't even see him. And he saw the commotion and came over and said, hey, are you all right? And chased after the vehicle. The guy was like driving a work vehicle. And I mean, I didn't tell you what happened in the parking lot because it's disgusting, but I'll tell you. After he confronted me and all that kind of stuff and talked all that mess, he spit at me like Tupac. Mad at the media. I lied to you not. He spit on me. Disgusting. And so the security guard goes, well, you need to maybe go to the doctor. I'm just like, to get tested for what? I don't know what this fool has been. I don't know what this fool may have. Disgusting, I tell you. Yeah, I've never in my life, and that is a federal assault charge. You know that, right? So I just saw, it's felony assault, I should say.
I just saw everything.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people saw everything, and I'm sure they have cameras in that parking lot as well that probably saw even more than that. The security guard did get his license plate and say he can, be caught later. He says that they're searching for him and they're going to catch him later. So I said, do you need any information from me? He said no. But that guy was driving a work truck because he actually sped around, and because the guy security guard came up to him, he ran to his vehicle. Yeah, what a man, right? And then he sped around and then stopped by us and then just kept going and sped across the thing. I mean, what kind of grown person? What kind of person does that? These are the people that they're blaming us for not wanting to be with. These are the people that are raised by other men. I'm telling you, because no woman in her right mind is going to let a man threaten loudly a woman and a child in public in front of 5-6 people. Come in the parking lot and threaten somebody in front of a woman who was standing there, and then the security guard saw him pull off and run off. It's just, what mindset do you have that any of that is okay? It's not even psychopathy. I can't even imagine somebody being not even bold, just being so stupid. And it makes me wonder, because you're in a world where anything can happen right now. A lot of people are talking about doomsday and all this kind of crap, but I'm going to tell you, I don't know about that. I don't know about the end of the world or what may happen. I can tell you I'm protected, so I'm not concerned. But I will tell you this. These people out here, it's more than a psychological problem. Something is going on. I don't know if some people say it's demonic, some sort of entity that's entering them. I don't know. As I said, spiritually, I've always known that nothing can enter you that you will not allow for, it to enter. If he says he, she, it, whatever, I would like to enter you, say no. And if you are spiritual who you say you are, then they cannot. So anybody who tells you anything different, they're lying. And some people say Native Americans, when you drink, that spirit enters you. I don't know about all that. I mean, to a certain extent, but not really. Only if you allow for that drinking to get excessive and you tell that spirit, yes, you can enter me. People will say that when you have sex with people, you will absorb some of their spirit and they will absorb some of yours. I do believe that. Only in certain circumstances, though. If you're having a hookup with someone, it's hookup culture, and neither one of you cares, probably not. If you're constantly hooking up to hide things and you're letting that bring you down and absorb your spirit and it deteriorates, quite possibly. So, but you really care about someone and you two decide to get involved and that happens, yes, definitely, you will absorb some of that feeling. But if the other person were not who you thought they were and later on that feeling dissolves, then again, that spirit cannot enter and stay unless you say you want it to. Do you understand? You're in control of your own spirituality. You don't have to appeal to someone else or something else, substance or anything else to get you to where you need to be. It cannot enter you without you wanting it to. You have to volunteer it to be so. But anyway, not trying to get deep and stuff because, I can get real deep on that. But it's just like nonsense. I need a vacation. I'm damn near going to take one. I guarantee you that. But it's lunacy. I don't think anybody in their right mind, I can understand if you're in line and something happens, a fender bender waiting for gas, and everybody's getting anxious, or there's some aforementioned reason, But I just walked in here and I saw you standing there and I'm going to act like I didn't see you. Then I must get pissed off because you said something. And then you're going to do that, I'm going to beat your son's ass. That's what he said. And I was just like, oh my God. My son is only 14. And everyone knows that he has autism, obviously. But who threatens a child in public? That's child endangerment. That's crazy. Even if you had less than 3 cents working, or 3% of your brain working, you would say to yourself, that's wrong. I should not do that. I should not threaten children in public. I should not threaten women in public. I should think about what I'm about to do before I do it. But all of his faculties, whatever he's on, whatever trip he's on, whatever, I don't know. You know what I mean? Just like, dude, just this is what I'm trying to tell people. And normally it's not visible. Like, I'll tell people, hey, I feel like people are stalking me, because it's not just I know for a fact I've moved several times. I know it's happening. And because I'm an activist and because I'm a woman alone, a lot of times people feel threatened. Sometimes the single parent thing also is threatening to people. I mean, I'm sorry. Well, okay, I'm not. Because I'm not going to apologize for who I am, nor am I going to change who I am in order to make someone else feel like they're not threatened. Because that would be crazy. Just don't be threatened, right? But I mean, some men, I don't know. I don't even talk about it anymore, but I guarantee you I'm not the media following Tupac. Because that's what he just knew he was the ish. And I'm about to tell you, Tupac loved me. I'm talking about, I saw him when I was, actually just after I had my daughter. I had been pregnant, and he came down to a club in Virginia. I think right when Brenda's Got a Baby came out. And, I mean, as far as I don't know, maybe I'll ask Snoop, but I don't think Tupac had any beef with me. But I'm quite sure that dude won't Tupac, not unless that was the clone, dark-skinned version of him. But the thing was, he was acting like his stuff, didn't stink. He was just like, I would just go off. And on a female, no doubt. Now, if I seen him wear like some red colors or blue colors, some stupid mess, a t-shirt, a jersey bandana, I would maybe think gang violence. But this was just a stupid dude. He jumped in a work truck. Like, if I had seen the name on that truck, I would have called his supervisor. But that's the whole thing too, right? When they trace the license plate, it's going to trace to the employer. And this dude will also lose his job. What person does that? Not unless he owns that business, but the whole thing is, it was still stupid. I don't know what reaction this dude, he wanted to fight. He wanted to pick a fight. He wanted to find someone to pick a fight with. And notice B didn't stand up for herself. Who does she think she is when I stepped in front of her? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. So many different things I could say, but I guarantee you don't want to hear any of them. Not with what just happened to me, because I said I should go live. I'm trying to find the time, but I just wanted to, put that out there. There are some crazy people in this world. There's a lot of people that will pretend to be your friends. There's a lot of people that are manipulative. There's a lot of people that are not only dangerous to you, but dangerous to themselves. They're immature emotionally, but again, to a point where you can't even hide it, where you cannot have a simple, altercation or conversation without losing it, without going into that psychopath type of mentality. I mean, that was this dude. You know what I mean? I mean, just like, yeah, I'm just like, well, let me just let it kind of resonate, and I'm gonna sit down here and relax. I got a couple things that I need to do. My hair is one of them. You know how I am about my hair. I kind of hate to do it, but then I generally love how it looks. So I guess I'll get to it. I don't think I'm gonna do braids this time. Those braids kind of pull my hair out a little bit. So natural health struggles, right? When I straighten it, it's like down to here, but then I have to worry about it thinning. So I don't straighten it too often. And naturals know that. And I'm getting just tired of the busy look right here. But yeah, that was what was on my mind. Just I have a list of things I'm trying to get done with my son, and that just blew my mind. That blew my mind. I've never in my life had a man threaten me. Never. I've had men want to because they wanted to protect their manhood. Jasmine's father is kind of, he didn't want to take no for an answer. Oh, and I'm sorry, the answer was no. It's no. It still is. It's been no for over 20 years. No for visitation, no for custody. It always has been. And anything else that went with it, because he was just not a good father. In a lot of ways, not a good person. But did he physically come at me? No, because he knew that I would, this is going to be a fight to the end. And that's what I told that dude. Oh, this is going to be a fight because you pretended. Because you ain't nothing what you think you are. Because it's going to be some blows thrown today. And this is what I'm talking about. A dude threatened to hit a female in public in front of a child. You hear what I say? This is a Karen or some corny mess. This is some mess that's debatable. No, this is reality. And I don't have internalized oppression. I don't have any of that. I'm just telling you straight up. When you're looking at all of these things, be objective. The George Floyd case and all of that. Look at your own community. And if you cannot say that this would never happen in your community, then you're not saying anything. And I swear, even those young boys that are out here, I guarantee you, all of these young little rappers or stuff, they may be doing their thing in gangs and all that stuff, but they'll never do something like that. This was a fully grown man. You know what I said? And really, honestly, they should have kicked his butt right out of the store and then, said, sorry, Miss Gray, or sorry, ma'am, or whatever. But again, it's North Carolina, so you're walking that line between insanity and make this make sense. It's not even the right or wrong. It's just make this make sense or insanity, So, I mean, yeah, it's just shocking. And I wish I had time to even explain to you. I was like, oh my God, this man just spit on me. Oh my God. Let it resonate. I'm not the chintziest person in the world. I don't cry very easily. I had a difficult childhood, as many people know. Growing up poor is not easy. And I've never been the one to play or to in any way put on any airs regarding that. Raising kids by yourself is not easy. Putting yourself through school is not easy. You know, and I think that what I've accomplished is pretty good. But I think that what's happening is there's a backlash. And black women, I told you, they're in the headlights of these people, like we're deer or something. And it could be something like that, which I'm like, I hope I never see again. I mean, that was crazy. I'm telling you, I've been all over the world. I've been to several different places outside of the U.S., and I've never seen it from there. And maybe some dudes acted weird, but nothing like that. And nothing disrespectful. It was just wild and crazy. Like he all hyped up on something and, you know, and it's just, woo, for real, dude. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but he need to get off it and go get him some rehab and some help. And I hope that they do find him, you know, and I'm not criticizing anyone with mental health issues. You know, I don't do that. I'm a mental health professional. I don't do that. But I am telling you, there's a lot of people walking around here that are seriously mentally ill. And this pandemic is making it worse. This gas shortage is making it worse. People like that who are on the edge anyway, it's not going to take much more to push them. But I pray that if they decide for some reason to jump my way, that they be aware that they're jumping in the wrong direction if they're pretending. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly the type to be a domestic violence victim or to have any random man start something with me. And threaten my child? I was like, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my goddess. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gone. Like I said, I'm going to try to do a live stream soon, and I'll definitely have a break coming up soon, so maybe I have some time to do some of that stuff. So I thank you guys for listening to my story time, and instead of telling it later, I'm going to tell it now because it's so fresh in my mind. I mean, just my mind is spinning. Like, oh my goodness, did that just happen? And you realize that the place I'm from is like 3 times the size of this place, and I've never seen that. I see people from all over the world. And never seen any crazy shit like that. But probably because people where we come from don't allow it. And I know someone else would have jumped in, whether it be man or woman, and said, hey, I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. Because he would have been fighting 2, 3 females, and he would have been fighting that one of those males in that building. And now later, the managers did come out, and they did speak to the security guard and say, yeah, he was going off. I was concerned that he was going to hurt your son. Really? Okay. I told the dude, I said, you're going to have to get through me. And I guarantee you, you're not going to do that. You know what I mean? What you're not going to do is get through me. And that's sad right there. That is sad. You hear me? That is sad. That's sad. Anyway, until next time, thanks for listening, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.